Hello, guys, and welcome to Kuusen episode 9. Yes, that's true. I actually managed to bring something out on the day, or should we say, one of my priority 2 on the day. So it's released, so I'm kind of happy, but of course, I'm a little bit behind. But enough about that. Let's talk about this episode because it's really interesting because we find out that not everybody has a grudge against Katana, even though he's known as a traitor. Yeah, and when I say that, I'm talking about the cafe where uh, Lecty and Misora worked as mates, or Lecty worked as mate, and Misora was a bunny girl because Misora is not Misora. Lecty is being put in the maid outfit and set to work there, and it's interesting because uh, it's basically Katana's way to teach her that she has to have a view from what happens in, like, she cannot just look straight forward. She needs to have a view on what happens on her side also. Yeah, basically, she can't tunnel vision. She has to have a brighter view because that's what they do in that cafe. It's basically shown how, basically, like, should say, mates who are like, or the workers, they maybe goes to take order, but okay, they see that the guy or the person on the side, they are missing water, so they ask, "Do you need some new water?" or or like, yeah, do basically like see guests that is waiting to because they can't find a table, and then show them to the table, or yeah, it's basically like that because that is what Letri is missing, because in her new position as, I think she is, oh yeah, it's rear guard. She is rear guard, and instead of vanguard, which is now held by Misra, who is like, her problem is that shall we say, she is a hothead Misra, and that is what she needs to fix. And Rico, well, let's say like this, she gets some praise from Letri because Letri, after finding out how like the Midgard, as Rico serves, actually has a very hard job because she has to like keep an eye out for stuff and not like Letri, who is just like, of course, she has to keep an eye out to protect her friends, but still, it isn't as hard as the Midgard. That is actually very interesting because we're starting to see them as a team, but I get a feeling that we may not see like the tournament very fleshed out, like every match, just like we see in what's it called, Magical Lyric Nanoha Vivid. Uh, and yes, I know that it's previous season, and I'm not reviewing that, but I actually watched it on the side because it's a classic series like Card Capture Sakura, which I also have. I never really watched. So yeah, and I must say the tournament part of that show, uh, Vivid, uh, is very very good. It's very good. But yeah, let's get back to Cushion because yeah, that is most likely why you opened this video. So yeah, what else happening? We actually sees like like a little bit back on what's it called, the young Yuri, back when she had like a black uniform instead of the blue one she wears now, and I personally prefer the black one. But also, we find out that the reason why 2 seconds, I need some coffee. the reason why what's it called, Yuri, she went away from the spear to the sword is because what's it called, Kanata, he picked it for her, and she don't. I think she maybe has like, a, I have to show him that I can be strong, that I can don't need all his advice. But I think that Yuri, she needs to understand that she needs to use a spear. She don't need the sword because her fighting style or her habit actually is bad, because what she does is she fights, like she basically like fights close on, but then she jumps back, which means that she's out of range. But and of the attacker, but she can't attack him, of course, the person, of course. But that is bad if the attacker is fast and knows this habit. This could, of course, if she had used the spear, been closed. So it would be better that she used the spear, but she kind of don't want it because Kanata, he he picked it for her. And he picked it, of course, because of that habit of her jumping backwards, which is really good for a spear user. Because as far as I know, spear users, they ain't close combat. They're like a mixture of close combat and ranged. But yeah, and also, man, Kanata, he was about to say something to her about her being his precious, and I'm pretty sure it's friend. But Yuri hopefully means a precious person, which could imply, of course, if he said that, he could say that also, which could make Yuri misunderstand and think that he may have feelings for her. And I don't know if he has. I don't know if Kanata is interested in any of the girls. Actually, I would be very, very surprised, or it would be funny if it was Flamel, or Chloe, as she is, or Chloe Flamel, as she is known. Uh, Funny enough, the only girl that I can remember without having like to think about it, that was the girl he liked. But yeah, also Real Nua, he's pretty insane, and I'm not even sure what archetype I can put him in. I'm not even sure he is archetype, because other than a psychopath, because he doesn't fit Yangari or Yandere in my opinion, or how I think Yandere work. Or he's not a Yandere, and Yangari, I don't think he is. He don't fit the archetype, or at least I don't want to have him in the same archetype as the godly Kurumi from Data Life, who is best girl. You can say what you want, she is best girl, no matter what. But yeah, let's talk about why I say that. That is because he has basically beaten up all from a E to a A class, and now he's going after the S class, which is Yuri, and he's like, accept my love, and he can basically use like wind magic, which it cut a tree in half, and it basically sliced through a tree like it was nothing. So it's really, really, really sharp. And man, he's like saying, accept my love, and hadn't Kanata jumped in, Yuri would have had her head cut off, and we'd most likely have had a nice boat. In case you don't know what that is, School Days Bad Ending. I haven't seen this anime. I've only seen one that talked about uh, basically like why it sucked, and I can understand him. Of course, I will not say School Days as a franchise or the sucks, or what we can call, because maybe it's good in the light novel form and just having a shitty director for the anime. I have neither read the manga. I know there is one. I know there is one, and I have not read that. So of course that could be good. It could all come down to the director of the anime, and I hear that the because the review I saw was, or not review, basically where he talked about how it sucked. It was talking about another anime that sucked. I can't recall if I thought that also, but yeah. Or was it that he had made some good work? I can't recall that. But enough about that. Basically, yeah, in case you don't know what that is, basically, and this is a spoiler for people who hasn't watched School Days, it ends with one of the girls, I can't recall her name, because as I said, I haven't watched it and this isn't a School Day review. She basically kills Makoto, the main character, by stabbing him and cuts his head off. And yeah, she also kills his girlfriend, or the girl that says she's pregnant but she isn't. And then she is laying on a boat with his head. And that is bad. That is the bad ending. So yeah, that could have happened if Kanata wasn't there, because yeah, Real Nua, he's actually really fast, but he don't. That's all what he has, because Kanata, he's like able to deflect all his attacks and even see where he's coming from without, like having to, like with Yuri, who actually has to take a stab of fate with her sword, and he managed to what's called slice what's called the arm of Real Nua, and it twitches. So I think he may have like mixed his DNA with or genetic with the devil beetle we saw in I think it was episode 6. The eye thingy, and also Yuri, she managed to cut him also, but he's like, soon I will come back to give you my love, and basically gives her like an uppercut in the stomach, which causes her to collapse, and then he goes back. And of course, this is where we end, so we don't know if Yuri is hurt badly, or oh well, I don't think she is, because then again he is pretty sick, so it could be that she's hurt. But yeah, basically, let's say it like this: he doesn't seem to have a cut when we see him again, Real Nua. So I think he may be spliced with that eye, and also it talks to him like, "I can grant you the power." Uh, so he may, so the eye may, so he may have made a deal or something like um, that. It will give him the power to make Yuri his in exchange for something, or it may try to get him to make like a deal, and it takes over him, so they have to kill him, or in a cliche way save him. I personally hope kind of they kill him, because that's, yeah, it's not that I dislike him. I actually find him really good, and I'm looking forward to seeing the next episode of Kuusen. That was actually why I chose to do this before Gangster. Also, that I have to look up Gangster again as a little skim through to what's it called, find out if I remember everything correctly. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can talk about about this episode of Kuusen. So I will go and look at Gangster, so I can start reviewing that. And you guys have a good day, good night, wherever you are. And until next time, see you guys.